Hello and welcome to my third episode on game development and processing. And today we're just going to be drawing some simple shapes on our screen. So first thing you're want to do is you're just going to want to delete this line that we had from last time, and then you're going to want to do. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to learn how to draw a rectangle or a square. So you're going to want to do rect. And then parenthesis, parenthesis. Then you're going to want to do 100 for the x coordinate, 100 for the y coordinate, and we'll make it 100 by 100 for size. So if you run it, you see that there is a square at 100 and 100, but right now the point that it's judging it from is the corner. But we don't really want that generally in game design. We want everything to be judged from the center. It just makes it easier when we start working on other more complex things. So we're going to do rect and then mode. It's not all capitalized, just the M. That's just one of those things in programming that you always, when you have two words put together, you always capitalize the second letter, or you always the first letter of the second word. It's just a thing in programming. It's good etiquette. I think that's how you center. And then instead of now, did I not? Oh, center. Thought I messed it up. There we go. See, now you see it's moved closer because it's judging it from the center of the square instead of judging it from the other side of the square. And so now what we're going to do is we are going to do the same thing, but now we're going to draw an ellipse. So we're going to type in ellipse, parenthesis, parenthesis. This thing we're going to put at 400, 400. And we'll have it be 100 by 50. And see, it's 100 pixels by 50 pixels. Of course it's X first, then Y, and now it's 400 from the top left hand corner and 400 down from the top left corner. And that's just how things are judged here in processing. It's pixels across and pixels down from the top left. So everything, when you're positioning things, it's always judged from the top left. And now you see that we have an ellipse there. And we can modify it in any way, so we can make it taller by going 200, and now it's taller. Ellipse also has another mode. You can set it to, I think it's in corners right by default. Not completely sure. Did I mistype something again? Oh, I put a space here. No, I didn't. Oh, I put ellipse. I need to put ellipse mode. It's my bad. And when you run it, see, now it's judged from the corners instead of being judged from the center. So by default, rect mode, or by default, rectangles are judged from the corner, and by default, ellipses are judged from the center. So you can change that. To they can be, I think they're default judged from, they actually may be default judged from the corner. Here, one second. Corner, if we do corner and then we run it, yeah, so they're default judged from the center, I think. Just making sure. And that's just how we're going to use it anyway. It doesn't really matter what their default set to, because it's just good etiquette to set it. Yeah, they're a default judge from the center. The other corners, with corners, it's a little different. If you do corners, so this is the coordinate of your first, of one corner X and Y, and this is the coordinate of the other corner X and Y. And if you want to manipulate and change the size of it and stretch it and shrink it, that would be a good way to do it, just because that's the only way that really allows you. The other one is just they're just width and height, so you can't really, you can stretch and shrink, but not to the point where with corners where you can really manipulate it. And I think for I have to show you two more. The most simplest, I kind of skipped over them. Point. So let's say we put this point at 250. This is just x and y coordinates. 250, 250. And we run it. There should be a point. Yeah, there it is. It's right there. It's really hard to see. And then we can also do line. And that can be by doing, we'll put this line from 100 to 500, 500. And that's just x1, x, that's like the first point, x and y, and that's the second point, x and y. And then we go and there's a line. So going over with our rect mode, they're originally in corner, that means it's judged from the corner. But then we changed it to center because that's just, it's better to work from it that way. And actually we want to ellipse from the center. We want to work with the ellipse from the center. You always want to work from the center in game design. It's just easier to work with. It's easier to judge. You're also going to, with rectangle, this is your x coordinate of your rectangle, your y coordinate of your rectangle. Oh wait, if it's just from the center, I think it's a little different. Yeah, this is your x coordinate of the center, your y coordinate of the center, and then your height and width for the rectangle. And then for ellipse for the center, this is your x coordinate, this is your y coordinate, and this is your height and width. Or no, this is your width and this is your height. It goes x, y, so width then height. And then for point, it's just x, y coordinate, and then for line, it's just x. The first point, x and y, and then the second point, x and y, and then we'll draw a line between those points. And that's about it for this episode. I'm going to show you one more thing. We just move it over. See if it works. And that's something that you can do, kind of do with your drawing. You see, they drew a little person. I'm just taking this from their website, but they drew a little person, and I shouldn't have it really changed the side. So you can draw a character like that, and then have these be different coordinates based off each other. So, but based off one center point, and then you can have him move around and do different things. So that's pretty much how you're just going to draw characters. Generally, we're not going to work with really complex characters unless it's a picture, just because they're kind of hard to deal with. It's really effective. Like the performance is really, it does allow you to get like a better frame rate, but it's just really difficult to do, and we're not looking for super high performance because nothing in this is going to be like super graphics. It's generally just going to be 2D games. But anyway, thanks for watching, and come back next time.